We're live. Hello, everybody. Whether you're watching this live or later on, I'm just going to go over, not in too much detail, but it's a little thought I had about what would happen, in short, if Outworld actually won the 10th tournament of Mortal Kombat, which would be the first Mortal Kombat game. And everyone seems to think that, it'd be all doom and gloom, Outworld wins and Shao Kahn just takes over and the Earth merges. And it wouldn't be as clear cut. So I'm going to come up with something different. But anyway, so, okay. 10th tournament ends, Liu Kang loses, Shang Tsung wins, or Goro wins, whichever way you want to slice it, which would then bring about Shao Kahn sending forward his armies, opening the portals, and you have the Earth Warriors defeated and killed. Khan's armies just overwhelm all of Earth's forces. They don't stand a chance because at that time they probably didn't know of any Outworld forces. So they were completely taken over and didn't stand a chance. Earthrealm starts to merge and Shao Kahn just sits back, basks in his victory, left to ponder what round to challenge in Mortal Kombat next. So there you have it. See you later. Your view is mine. Bye-bye. Nope. It wouldn't be as easy as that. I don't think it would be as easy as that. I'm going to go down a different path. I'm going to do something different. Now, you have Raiden for a start. Now, he's always banging on about the rules of Mortal Kombat. I can't do this because the Elder Gods have permitted us to do that. But wasn't he held down under the rules of the tournament? So because the tournament would be over, wouldn't that mean that he isn't held down by any rules set by the Elder Gods now? There's no rules to hold him back. And not just him. The other elements of Earthrealm, they're not held down to any rules of Mortal Kombat anymore. So wouldn't this unleash Raiden and the rest of them? There's nothing holding them back now. There's no rules of the tournament. The Elder Gods have, they're just sitting back now because, Earth had its chance. They fought to save their world in a tournament, but the rules or the Elder Gods decree don't say anything about, if Earth loses, they must then stand down and let the invasion happen. They can't fight back. There's no rules. It was only to stop the invasion of Outworld, or at least slow it down. So Outworld won the tournament. They now have the right to invade, not the right to Earth itself. So this is where I'm getting at. What's up, my man? How are you? Is that Screen Foo? Is that who I think it is? That's just dropped in. I could be wrong. I don't know. We have to wait for a reply. But okay, so the invasion is happening. The Elder Gods are now sitting back and going, right, well, I guess we'll wait until Outworld challenge another realm to conquer, and then we're gonna have to wake up then. So the Elder Gods are completely out of this now. They don't need to get involved in literally anything. But the Earthrealm gods, Sorry, wrong account. I knew it was you, though. I knew it was you. So yeah, they got the invasion happening, and now you got unleashed Raiden and the rest of the Earth elements to now literally be the front line, and being unleashed and not being held down by any rules and regulations of a tournament. I think the gods of Earth could just basically go into God mode and just tear through Khan's armies. Khan's armies are just like pawns. There's nothing to them. Of course, you've got a few of the the stronger main Mortal Kombat baddies that would probably be leading the charge, or off to the side or something. But again, it's Raiden he's cast as an immortal, isn't he? He's immortal, so he could simply just thunder god everything, just lightning bolts everything, explode everybody. And it's not just going to be, the Earthrealm fighters that survived the first tournament. There'd be other ones. You'd have other Earthrealm warriors in the wings. So, of course, they're going to be called forward and fighting back. So, I think it's going to be an even tougher time for Shao Kahn during the invasion. And I reckon be more of an easier time for Earthrealm, especially with the gods on their side, like Raiden and everyone else, fighting back. Because now Raiden is actually physically involved and fighting back these forces. He can teleport anywhere whenever he wants to, fight off wherever needed. And it's going to be a very, very tough time for Outworld. Probably even more tougher than in the tournament itself. Where for Shao Kahn, it's just a waiting game during the tournament. But in an invasion, he could eventually see himself or his armies get wiped out overnight. So that's how I see it anyway. I don't know how you lot would see it, but that's how I would see it. And I can see Shao Kahn himself stepping through and going, right, oh, I will take on Raiden myself, this pathetic person. bad voice dub. But yeah, I can see a Raiden versus Shao Kahn. And with Raiden being on Earth during the merger, it would get a bit tough for him as he's starting to lose his powers. But does that stretch out to the other elements? I mean, there's no tournament here. There's no one-on-one. It wouldn't. They should all just bull rush Shao Kahn himself. Take out his armies, because they're going to be the easiest. It's going to be, shooting fish in a barrel. Shao Kahn's going to be a lot tougher, but it's not going to be one-on-one. It's not going to be just Raiden. It's going to be near enough all the elements fighting Raiden. And I think he's going to come unstuck. I would like to think that it could possibly be Shao Kahn's last attempt to take over Earth, because he'd be so badly beaten that, say if he did challenge Earth again through Mortal Kombat and won again, would the invasion go the same way? Because the gods would still be there. The gods of Earth would still be there. He'd have to keep upping his army. And how many more people are going to be left? He'd have to replenish his army through invasions of other realms, which could take centuries again. And before he even thinks about going after Earth again. So I think if he would have won this 10th tournament, it would have unchained the gods of Earth, because there's no rules anymore. The invasion would happen, and before the merger would even get a quarter way through, I reckon Raiden and the rest of them would just take them all out, and then leaving Shao Kahn by himself. If they played it smart, that's what they'd do. They'd be like, right, let's just go full God mode on them. That's how I'd see it, because if I was the God of Thunder, I'd be using all of my powers to the fullest of my abilities. I wouldn't be holding back, because if it was your last chance and you've got all these powers, you'd be going God mode too. Screen Through says Mortal Kombat, Chaos on Earth. Is that a book? Is that actually a thing, or is that something you've just come up with? That'd be interesting. But that's how I'd see it going. It wouldn't be a cakewalk for Shao Kahn. It'd be the total opposite. I think it'd be the total opposite. And it'd be Khan's final invasion of Earth, because it realised that Earth is not there for the taking up. It's not there. It was there through the tournament, but then the tournament had rules. Raiden couldn't get involved unless he was challenged, which was... did it happen? Just come up with it as you described what was happening. Oh, yeah, good, Wicked. So, so if I was to call this story Chaos on Earth, with the way I'm portraying this, with it not being a good time for Shao Kahn, would it be chaos? It would be chaos at the start, because they'd come in and no one would know what to do, apart from Raiden and the other Earth elements, other Earth realm gods like Fujin. They'd tear it up. The pawns of Shao Kahn's army would just be wiped out. Simple. I mean, in Mortal Kombat 11, in the cutscene where Earthbound go to Outworld to invade the corrupt, the Revenant, Liu Kang, and Katana, Raiden is taken on the demons by himself. The demons of Outworld, not Outworld, Netherrealm, sorry. They went to Netherrealm. And Raiden's just taking them all on by himself. Now, what would that be like with Shao Kahn's army? Raiden isn't even putting all his effort into that. He's just using his blades. He's not really doing anything much. So what would happen if he was unleashed and just took them all out, leaving Shao Kahn by himself to fight against Earth, to take it over? As much of a Shao Kahn fan as I am, I think he'd come a cropper this time. He'd go back like a scalded dog. He'd go back whimpering, crying, going, but I won the tournament. No, I think he'd be sent packing. That's what I think. So I don't think I've got anything else there. I haven't got anything else. I wanted to try and stretch this out to about half an hour, but I don't think it's going to come that long. So I'm going to leave it for a bit. Try and go into some details. So could Raiden then, say he did send Shao Kahn packing, could Raiden go into Outworld with the rest of his elements, or would that be suicide on his part? Because in Outworld he has no power, apparently. Even though in the second game he has his power, but does he have his immortality? I don't know. I don't know how it works, because even in the the second animated film, he had to give up his power to go into Outworld and fight. So it's very confusing on how Raiden's abilities are altered if he goes to Outworld. There's nothing really defined because the games have showed it different. The movies have shown it different. The animated movies have shown it different. So it's hard to define what would happen if Raiden and the rest of the Earthrealm elements and the gods stepped into Outworld and actually took the fight to Shao Kahn while he's wounded. Screamthrough says, I hope they undo the whole Mark thing. Oh, you're on about the film. The 2021 film. Think you did a similar vid. The Mark should have been just an invite, but Elder Gods used it to trick Earth Warriors into thinking they needed the Mark. The video I did, the live stream I did, it wasn't the Elder Gods that did the Mark or did the tricking. It was Shinnok. My take is Shinnok was the one that crafted the Mark to throw Raiden off into basically picking useless fighters for Earth to make it easier for Outworld to take Earth, which in the long run, Shinnok's plan was to weaken both Outworld and Earthrealm so he could find it easier to take them both over, which was what his plan was in the games. He would leave Earthrealm and Outworld to weaken themselves, ready for him. So I was actually using the lore of the games and mixing it in with the movie because a lot of people didn't like the Mark element of the movie. So my way to keep the Mark somewhat relevant to the movie was lay the groundwork of it being Shinnok's plan for Raiden to pick useless Earthrealm fighters to weaken Earthrealm as well as weaken the defenses of Outworld at the same time because they're fighting. So basically, say if you're in a triple threat match, in a wrestling match, and you step to one side and let the other two guys fight it out, it's going to be easy on you once them pair have been weakened. It's going to be easier on you. That's how I see Shinnok playing the game. Screamthrough says, back on your Raiden in Outworld, he should become Dark Raiden. Long he stays in Outworld, the more corrupt he becomes. I do like that idea of an atmosphere changing him, but wasn't that the idea of the amulet? I'm sure it was the amulet that did that, unless I change it up a bit and Raiden says I cannot go into Outworld because I lose my abilities. So the only way to get there is if I corrupt myself by taking with me Shinnok's amulet. I think that's the only way he can do it. Now, he has the amulet. If the storyline of the games holds true, because of Mortal Kombat mythology, Sub-Zero, he finally has the amulet. So he has the amulet. So the only way he could keep his energies and his power is if he tries to not give in to the temptation of the amulet, but stay powerful long enough to take on Shao Kahn and take him out. I can see that. So I'm mixing your thing with the amulet thing. I reckon that would work. But if you want to talk about the film, again, with the Mark, then the Mark thing. That's what I think in the film. Going back to the film, Raiden looks dejected because all he's been doing is picking people with the mark of the dragon, which the mark forces their abilities to come forward more as if they trained for them, if they knew they had them. So Raiden's obviously going to go for them guys because they achieve their arcana quicker than if they didn't have it. That's my groundwork and my planting seed for the mark. But yeah, that's how I think that's how I said it in the live stream. You could probably check that out if you run it on double speed. So there you go. But yeah, how would the amulet work on as if the other elements like Fujin had the amulet? I reckon that'd be an interesting topic to talk about. Now, I don't know if Screen Food would want to do that. Using your presentation and your, you're doing your little picture edits and things like that. I reckon you could mock up something like a corrupt wind god. There's something for you there. I mean, I could do it, but I won't be able to present it better. It'd be worse unless you'd do it. I reckon you could do that. There you go. There's a topic for you there. Yeah, thumbs up. So there you go. Something for you to work on. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the amulet would work on the other Earthrealm gods and elements. Like, what would happen to the fire god? How would it corrupt him? It'd be interesting because fire is always seen as an aggressive element. So how would it corrupt him even more? How could it make him even more of a threat? Would it alter the color of his fire? Would it be dark fire? Got black fire, or like blood red fire? I don't know. It'd be interesting. But how would it affect the god of water? Now, would it turn his water into like boiling hot water, like scald you? It'd be interesting to know what how Shinnok's amulet would affect the other gods of Earth and elements. If it corrupts Raiden, it's obviously going to corrupt all the others. So it'd be an interesting take. But yeah, carrying on with this little story. Say Raiden did have the amulet and take the fight to Shao Kahn in Outworld. Shao Kahn's gone. He's toast because he thinks he would be safe in Outworld. And with the likes of Katana and the Shokan and the Centaurs, I reckon that they wouldn't stand against Raiden. I reckon they'd either do one of two things. They got one of two choices. Choice one would be to defend Shao Kahn and get obliterated by Raiden and the rest of the elements. Or their second option would be to let it happen and then have them hash it out on who's the next ruler. Because none of them are as powerful as Shao Kahn, and I don't think they'd have the power to go on the same sort of world-conquering spree as Shao Kahn. Screamfu, I'm off. Work, good stuff. Yeah, thanks for coming on, Screamfu. It's been nice having you on. I've been wanting to get you on for a while, but I need you actually in my stream talking. So I need to get on earlier, get you early before you get to work, and then we can start discuss some topics. So thanks for coming on, and I'll see you next time. Your view is mine, by the way. Thank you. See you later. See you. Back to Outworld. Yeah. So they got the one of two options. Either they die at the hand of Raiden trying to defend Shao Kahn, or they just step back and allow Shao Kahn to be taken, killed, or whatever. And then they can then hash it out between them when Raiden's gone to see who the ruler of Outworld would be. And then it'd be up to them. They'd be the ruler of Outworld. And don't get into details, but then it'd be up to them what they do with that world. Would they have the power to separate the realms? I don't know, but it would stop the threat of invasion of Earth for sure, because someone like Raiden and the rest of the elements, who could stand against them? There'd be no one to stand against them. So effectively, Earthrealm would be, I'm not going to say saved, because Shinnok is still there. He's still around. So I'd say Earthrealm is saved at this moment. It would bring about the Shinnok element quicker. But Raiden has his amulet. Would he keep it for himself, or would Raiden be so corrupt that he'd be the one challenging other realms to Mortal Kombat to say for sure the safety of Earth? Would he be the one trying to conquer realms? That is another interesting topic. Because if he has Shinnok's amulet, could the Elder Gods take his power? Because it's not... The power that he has through Shinnok's amulet is not the Elder Gods' power. It's not their power. It's Shinnok's power. I don't think they could take Raiden's power away from him. So it'd be interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. How different would it be if the 10th tournament was taken by Outworld and Earthrealm lost? So there we go. There's a lot there for you. I'm sure it's up to much more interpretation. There's a lot. It's a tree. You start off, the trunk is the tournament, and then it could branch off into many different timelines from there. But I've just gone through one because as much as I like Shao Kahn, he's one of my favourite villains ever. It wouldn't be a cakewalk for him. And I think it'd be the last time he'd attempt to invade Earthrealm. So let's see what you guys come up with. And I'm going to leave you to it. So thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. And your view is mine. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye-bye.